How do the elites, World Economic Forum, work together with China, or are they actually opposed? I think they're opposed. Yeah, that's my base case. And the reason I say that is because if you look at history, you see all these megalomaniacs. And let's say Genghis Khan as an example, or Julius Caesar or something like that, or fill in the blank. And what are they always doing? I mean, there is one thing that you see, or not one, but there's really like three things that you see consistently in human history that just happens over and over and over and over and over again. Number one is war, unfortunately. Number one is war. Number two is famine. Number three, disease. It's just who we are. It's part of human history. And so if you look at any of these leaders and you sit back and say, okay, well, yeah, Genghis Khan controlled all this territory, but how did he get it? Well, he went and battled all these other guys and he ended up winning, or Alexander the Great, something like that. But do you mean to tell me that he was the only megalomaniac that was living during that time? No. Every single one of these warlords, or every single one of these kings, or whatever they were called back then, that was in control of this massive territory that he went to war with, and that he took for just as much of a megalomaniac as he was. And they're all just competing. And you had at certain times, you had like 10 guys that were like controlling the entire world's population. And they were trying to beat each other because each one of those guys wanted to be the king of the world, quite literally, wanted to be the ruler of the planet Earth. There was no limit on their insatiable lust for power. But again, you're telling me that Genghis Khan was the only guy? Let's just say there was 500 million people on Earth back then. He's the only one like that? What are you talking about? Not even close. So my point is, now we have 8 billion people on Earth. You're going to tell me that Klaus is the only megalomaniac? He's the only guy that wants to take over the world. Xi Jinping doesn't want to do that. Fill in the blank. Nobody else wants to do that except for Klaus. Come on. So that's why I think that, and you say, well, George, why is Xi Jinping going to World Economic Forum? Why are they doing the central bank digital currency? Why are they doing all these things that are very in line with the Great Reset agenda? Because they're cut from the same damn cloth, for heaven's sakes. They're two peas in a pod, and one is going to use the other as much as they possibly can. You keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And that's my base case with China and the World Economic Forum. I think that sums it up. You keep your friends close and your enemies closer.